For expert advice and consultancy on lifts and escalators, trust Horgan's Lifts and Escalator Consultants, based in Mungret, providing reliable, professional service you can depend on. Call 086 260 4317 or email john@horgans.net. Horgan's Lifts and Escalator Consultants, lifting standards higher.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
For expert advice.
Playing Piershik in Sunday's decider at stake. John Keogh here in commentary. Delighted to be joined by Offaly Under 20 manager Leo O'Connor. Leo, Mungret, Monaleen, at this age group over the last 2 or 3 years, these groups facing off against each other have been the premier teams. We're expecting a cracking game tonight.
Yeah, I remember 3 years ago, both of them met in the county minor hurling final outside in Rathkeil on a bitterly cold, rainy day.
December day as well, Leo, I was at it as well.
And Mungret just got over the line the same day. They got a goal with about 6 or 7 minutes to go to get over the line. But look, I think both these teams have been the leading contenders for the last number of years. Both what I would term up-and-coming super clubs in Limerick, be it up both sides, different sides of the city, but certainly I just feel that number-wise these clubs, and you can see it, the amount of players that are filtering through to underage county teams from both these clubs has been absolutely massive over the last number of years. You just look out there, Sean Duff. There's a lad playing wing back for Mungret St Paul's that I would love to manage at some stage. A lad by the name of Rory O'Callaghan. He played last year Celtic Challenge with Limerick, and I was so impressed with him on a couple of occasions last year. And I'll tell you, he's abrasive, he's aggressive, and he goes at it. And I'm looking forward to seeing him tonight. And then you look further up the field, when you look around the place, Cian Maloney, Fenton Fitzgerald, Killian Begley, all lads that played hurling with Limerick last year. Even Fenton was on the Limerick Senior Hurling team, was brought in this time last year, the Limerick Senior Hurling team. So you look forward to all that. And then you go to the other side of it, look at Darragh Langan there, 12 months behind him with Limerick Senior Hurling. Matthew Fitzgerald, 12 months behind him in out of a Limerick Senior Hurling, and with under 20 with Limerick. So I just think this is going to be a rip-roaring one tonight. I think the pace of it will be a little bit more advanced than what I saw last night outside in Rathkeil, but certainly it's going to be an intriguing week for whichever team comes out tonight, and certainly looking forward to the Piercing in a county final. It's going to be one for this time of the year. I just think that all the teams that are left in now at this stage are really, really good hurling sides.
Indeed. Quick check on the teams now, starting with Mungret St Paul's, who will be wearing their non-traditional blue jersey this evening due to a clash of colours with Monaleen in white. In goals for Mungret, Conor Crowley. Full backline of Brian Hassett, Conor Mangan and Jake Stack. Half backline Rory O'Callaghan, Sean Duff and Conor Collins. Midfields is John Wright, partnered by Cian Maloney. Fintan Fitzgerald, Rory Gleeson and Killian Begley in the half forward line. The full forward line, Luke Walsh, Mark O'Brien, and wearing number 17 will be Tom Lloyd. They're managed by Cian O'Brien. Monaleen, on the other hand, have Murris O'Dollig in goals. Full back line of Jack Doyle, Tom Darcy and Marcus Southern. Half back line, I should say, Cian Scully, Darragh Langan and Tom McCarthy. Ben Murnan is partnered by Luke Ryan in midfield. Half forward line, Owen Maher, Matthew Fitzgerald, Conal Purcell. And the full forward line, Peter Scully, Dara Furland and Mark Field. Leo, conditions are cold. I was down the field talking to both managements before we went on air this evening. There is a little bit of frost on the pitch as well. It won't make a huge difference, I don't think, given the talent that's on show, but it is outside of that ideal conditions for hurling. There's no breeze what to speak of.
No breeze whatsoever what to speak of. The little bit of frost, I would say more is due more than anything else, but that'll disappear after 3 or 4 minutes when players start running around it. And I think, but the field is impeccable. You can compare that field to anywhere in the country now. Páirc Uí Chaoimh, Crow Park, Limerick Gaelic Grounds is absolutely immaculate, has been immaculate for the last number of years. So from that point of view, it's really, really good.
Yeah, referee for this evening's game is the same man who refereed the County Senior Hurling Final in 2025. That's Kieran Gannah from Fiona Castlemahan. So he's back at the Gaelic grounds, Leo. Hasn't been too many club games at the two Gaelic grounds in 2025, but Kieran Gannah has seen a few of them at least. Leo, I'm going to ask, just moments away from throwing, Monaleen are the holders of this competition. You know, they've a star-studded side, as we've seen. They haven't met in this championship as of yet either, but Mungret St. Paul's would certainly fancy themselves.
They will, yeah, but I ironically, I saw Monaleen last week outside Newell on the AstroTurf against what I thought was a really, really good Doon team on the night, and Doon as Doon do, they stuck in there and came back at Monaleen. Monaleen were 9 or 10 points up at half time, took their foot off the gas, and they nearly ended up getting caught. But look, for me, Monaleen just shaded tonight.
Monaleen get the nod from our analyst this evening, Leo O'Connor. So moments away from throwing, as we mentioned, as we said, provisionally fixed for this Sunday is that Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship final. The Beershik already in it after a victory over Doon at McDevil Park in Rathkeale just last evening. And of course this one, many people expected that could have been the final. Just a quick look at where they finished up in their groups. Monaleen finished second in Group 1 after defeat to Maru Boher, but victories over Ahan and Doon followed once that completed, and then over to Mungret St. Paul's. 3 wins from 3 in their group stage, beating the Pearshik, Kildimo, Palace Kenry and Bruff. So referee Kieran Gannah has told both teams to hurry up. Mungret have listened to the referee's call. Monaleen still in their huddle, and we await the start of the
just looking there, John, at probably Killian Begley being placed at half forward. Obviously he's going to be a puck out option, very like his dad Brian, big tall line, like rangy young fella, and certainly he'll get his hand up and try and win as many puck outs as he can, and if not, try and break in the ball, and you'll see probably Mungret getting bodies in around him as it goes forward. Ben Murnan in midfield for Monaleen. There's an interesting lad that has been on and off minor panels and on 20 panels for the last number of years. See how he goes tonight. I've no doubt about it that the county under-20 management team will probably hear in abundance tonight.
I was talking to him. Evan Loftus is here, keeping a very keen eye in this game. Monaleen playing from left to right in their white jerseys. The game is underway, and a battle for possession around the middle of the park. It's Mungret St. Paul's in their blue that get to it first. Neither side able to get clean possession initially though, until it is won by Killian Begley. Begley with the hand pass out the side to Cian Maloney. Maloney couldn't get it at the first time, does it the second attempt, delivers into the full forward, looking inside for Fintan Fitzgerald, who started around the full forward positions. Good work though back there by the Monaleen full back Tom Darcy. Ball goes backwards to Dara Langan. Langan, such a languid style, not the greatest of strikes, straight to Mark O'Brien. First scoring chance of the game, and O'Brien finishes that with ease. We have 34 seconds on the clock, Leo. You can't give Mark O'Brien chances like that.
Yeah, obviously a lazy pass is the one I would discern, a little bit too casual from Dara Langan. Mark O'Brien saw it, forecasted it and cut it out and popped it straight over the bar from 60 yards out. Great start from Mungret.
Monaleen now trying to respond immediately here. And the shot coming in the end is a Dara Furlan that takes it on, and it's gone to the right and wide either way. So first chance of the game for Monaleen. Doesn't go to plan. Indeed, it was Matthew Fitzgerald with that shot, but unable to hit the target on this occasion. The number 11 from Monaleen. Puck out now coming from Conor Crowley towards Begley, batted away from him. Probably the safe option from Cian Scully. Might see a lot of that from the halfback today, just getting the hurley in.
Yeah,
ball out over the end line.
Killian probably mistimed that. He got too far in underneath it and wasn't able to get up for it, but certainly Cian Scully broke the ball back out and breaks out over line ball. He's with such a tall player like Killian is. That's what you have to do, I suppose.
Mark O'Brien goes short, back to his wing back. It was Rory O'Callaghan.
I'm just trying to follow the tactical moves by Mungret more than anything else. Mark O'Brien seems to be out in the half forward line, even though he's wearing number 14. Fintan Fitzgerald is inside in the full forward line, and he's wearing number 10. So from that point of view, moves aplenty.
Dangerous one in from Mark O'Brien from the sideline. Good full back play again from Tom Darcy. Just got a hurley ahead of it to Fintan Fitzgerald. That could have been massive danger for Monaleen, but the full back again, he's come out and won a couple of balls ahead of Fintan Fitzgerald now. Dangerous ball, Leo. Anything could have happened from a sideline cut like that.
If Fintan had tried to pull with the ball and let the ball go through, because certainly both full back and goalkeeper were at 6s and 7s with the flight of it alone.
So 65, it's going to be Mark O'Brien already scored a point, the only scorer in this game thus far.
Tonight is one of those nights where you'll hear every scream and shout underneath us in the stand.
Brislan telling Tom McCarthy to get in. You could hear it very clearly here as Mark O'Brien lines up this 65 strike, as you'd expect from Mark O'Brien, is very good. Limerick under 20 in 2025. He's got his second score of the game, and Mark O'Brien has been doing that for a long time, Leo.
Absolutely. Look, even this year with under 20s, and when Limerick brought him on in the county game below Waterford, he literally got him out of jail that night below there.
It's Monaleen now with their second scoring chance of the game. That shot is a good one. It doesn't have the accuracy though, coming from Peter Scully. That's a wide for Monaleen, their second of the game. Conor Crowley doesn't hang around with the puck out, goes short with it, and the ball delivered into the middle of the park. Now it's Tom Lloyd wearing 17. He goes from midfield as Tom Lloyd strikes it well, has the accuracy to boot as well. Mungret St. Paul's with an excellent start, 3 points inside 3.5 minutes.
Look, as I said, everything is going well for them. They're just getting on ball and striking it and doing the simple thing and doing it really well. Murs
O'Donnell now near side puck out, ball broken there by their centre back Sean Duff, and there's Cian Maloney now playing it up the line. It's a good ball again into the centre forward there. That's Rory Gleeson with an absolute gorgeous effort from Rory Gleeson. Scored the game, Leo.
Absolutely, another young fella who played Celtic Challenge with Limerick this year. Came out there, gathered the ball from a quick ball down the wing and turned off his left and over the bar. Ooh, Monaleen are going to get caught.
There they are. Darragh Langan was under pressure trying to win that one. Not the greatest of accurate puckouts from Murs O'Donnell. They've done well to come away with it initially, Monaleen, but it's one back there. And it's Fintan Fitzgerald with the effort, and he's nailed that one as well as Fintan Fitzgerald. Mungret are on it here, Leo.
Yeah, without shadow of a doubt. Look, 5 points. Nothing. It's one of those games now where you're going to be fighting up, battle uphill. You're waiting for a goal to get back into it from Monaleen's point of view, and the game is only on 4.5 minutes, 5 scores in 4.5 minutes.
Half possession here now with Conor Purcell going backwards into midfield to Ben Murnane under pressure, switch of play, and again a very, very poor percentage. That's Killian Begley with the interception. Begley strikes from distance, has it the accuracy, and this time it doesn't. First real mistake from Mungret, but a crazy pass in one aspect there from Ben Murnane trying that one.
Yeah, look, as I said, it's just Mungret are at the pitch of it already. You can see they're totally... Oh, bad puck out again.
Straight to Mark O'Brien, of one player you do not want to be hitting mistaken puck outs to, and that's straight over the black spot from O'Brien. Third point of the early stages, 5 minutes on the clock, Leo, and this is sensational stuff from Mungret St. Paul's.
Absolutely, you can see it, and it's absolutely clinical stuff. Hand up, took his 2 or 3 steps and bangs it straight back over the bar.
Murs O'Donnell opts to go long with this one. Again, near this side, Conor Purcell goes up with the hand. Should have caught it, maybe it's broken. Done one back there by the wing back on this Monaleen side. That's Tom McCarthy. Delivery inside from McCarthy. It's a dangerous ball inside. Can they get that full forward line, which does have plenty of talent inside working here? Mungret have been diligent in their defensive work though. It is inside now on the run from Dara Furlan. Furlan gets the shot away, and that's a good response from Monaleen. He had the advantage coming to him, but Dara Furlan has plenty of ability to tap them over the bar.
5.5 minutes, nearly 6 minutes gone in the game, John. Dara Furlan is one of Monaleen's go-to players. He's going to have a big night tonight to get him back into this game so early in the game already.
Conor Crowley with a very accurate puck out into the middle of the park. It's John Wright trying to win it from Mungret St. Paul's, but Monaleen have got numbers there. It's Conor Purcell blocked down brilliantly. It's going to go out over the sideline. That's typical from what we've seen from Mungret St. Paul's in this game. Mark O'Brien in the ticket.
His work rate has been absolutely immense. 6 minutes in, absolutely brilliant his work rate.
Mungret St. Paul's could have an issue as well. Sean Duff, their centre back and influential players, limping around at the moment. The ball goes towards him. You can just see he's not moving fully right. Gets to it though, does Duff, and hopefully trying to run this one up from their point of view. Switch of play. Ooh. And it's intercepted here. He's got back though, has the defender there. It was Rory O'Callaghan under pressure, but Monaleen have possession now, and it's Mark Field, their captain. Field gets the strike away. Mark Field is just going to tail harmlessly to the right and wide, but that's the kind of mistake, Leo, that could cost Mungret and bring Monaleen right back into it.
Like we said it last night, Doon had loads of chances last night, and ball didn't go to hand. It's so important in a night like tonight that ball does go to hand, because you're giving your opposition, you're giving possession away straight away if it doesn't go to hand.
Fintan Fitzgerald eventually taking that pass from Tom Lloyd in. This is an excellent effort from Fintan Fitzgerald. Score of sensational quality from the Mungret St. Paul's number 10.
Yeah, Rory Gleeson. Now there's 2 points, one opposite sides of the field, one from 35 yards out on the sideline, turning around, hitting the ball back over off his right. And obviously Rory Gleeson's one down from underneath us here. 2 great scores from Mungret.
It is Monaleen and with Owen Maher. Lovely pass from Maher. Strike coming in. And it's a good one from Ben Murnane.
Wide,
just to the left and wide.
Yeah.
Perfect angle for it here, Leo. Could not have had a better bird's eye view.
I was waiting for it to start tailing in, but no, just didn't happen. Just outside it.
You see it on replay there. It's Conor Crowley. Plays a beautiful puck out into the middle of the park now to Tom Lloyd, who Monaleen just have not picked up in this game thus far. Lloyd, again, he's already got one from distance. This one is just as good again. Some of the scores being picked off by Mungret in the opening 10 minutes here. 8 minutes, I should say, Leo, have been absolutely superb.
8 points to 1. Next 4 or 5 minutes is so important now here for Monaleen that they dig deep and get themselves back into the game. They have to create chances. But one of the most noticeable things, they have to pick up the men in the puck out, because Mungret are winning their puck outs. The goalkeeper's absolutely picking pinpoint accuracy puck outs to his own players, and it's creating a major headache for Monaleen.
Ball on the ground from that puck out from Mirza Dolly, eventually squirts out and into Tom McCarthy. McCarthy moving forward with it, looking at his options. Just hit a blind ball into the full forward line, and there's plenty of Mungret St. Paul's defenders back there, and they get the clearance away up towards Rory Gleeson once more. Be met by the challenge of Ben Murnane. He's been fouled. Rory Gleeson's going to continue for the moment. Great pace from Rory Gleeson as well here. He's already picked off an excellent score. Rory Gleeson knew he couldn't catch it again, and the pressure on from Monaleen. Advantage had accrued, and Ben Murnane gets the clearance away. Up goes the hurley. It's missed, and that just put the other Mungret St. Paul's defender under pressure. Sean Duff coming across with Brian Hassett, and it's Duff that had it initially. Great pilfered by the Monaleen corner forward. It was Peter Scully. Scully gets the pass back now, and it all comes back to Conall Purcell. And Purcell, no mistake with this one, Leo. We've the perfect view again. Much needed score from Monaleen.
Yeah, but they need it, and they need more of them, the same thing. But it's the work rate was the most important thing there for Monaleen. They're really beginning to come into the game. They realised 8 points to 1 down after 9 minutes of a game. Socks down, roll them up and get going.
And that will be very much the message you'd imagine from their manager, Ombres Lan. Long puck out again, and it's picked up at the back there for Monaleen by Dara Langan. He's gone out over the sideline though, Leo, a sideline cut. And Mark O'Brien, you can see the eagerness of this Mungret side. He's sprinting over to take it. They're really, really up for this, as you'd expect in a big game of this nature.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll be honest, I'm totally impressed with Rory Gleeson, centre forward. He's only still 17 years of age, you know, and like he's still another 2-3 years to go at this level. The energy, the appetite that he's shown, absolutely superb.
And just the aforementioned little knock that Sean Duff picked up. He's struggling a little bit here. As Declan Brown, one of the Mungret mentors, giving referee Kieran Ganna a little sup of water. But Sean Duff, Leo, a very influential player on this Mungret St. Paul side. They certainly won't want to be losing him.
No, they won't. But you know, it'll just, is it a finger injury that they're looking at?
Maybe a couple of issues. He was certainly limping a while ago, and he's coming away a bit gingerly there as well. As we go back to this sideline cut, Mark O'Brien waiting for the call from the referee to take it. He'll certainly fancy his chances, Leo.
He will, compared to the last one that he was nearly out alongside the 65-metre line, and it landed in on the edge of the square. And there it is, gone straight over the bar.
From Mark O'Brien. You see people calling for a 2-pointer from sideline cuts, Leo. When they can be converted like that, you can see why.
That's a talent. That's, you know, since it's nearly gone out of the game since the days of John Fenton used to be hitting line balls when line balls just go along. But that, you look at it there, the value of being able to do it.
Monaleen now again just doing too much coming out of the fence. Killian Begley, well, he's been done for charging there, Leo. I'm not quite sure on that one. He made a point of hitting the Monaleen defender, I suppose, with the shoulder. But
yeah, but he was coming back the field. I just think
he wasn't charging forward.
He wasn't charging forward. Like, he'd possession of the ball, so he was trying to lay it off. He was trying to protect the hand that he was laying it off with more than anything else, and just caught the player off balance.
It will be Matthew Fitzgerald taking this free for Monaleen, who are badly in need of scores. Mungret St. Paul's in the first 12 or so minutes here in the Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship semi-final have been absolutely superb. So it's Fitzgerald from midfield. The angle isn't too difficult. Of course, was the free taker for the Monaleen seniors this year as well. Fitzgerald goes high with it, and the accuracy
Good score.
Looks to be very
No,
good. No,
wide.
it's not. It's to the left and wide. I always look at the goalies there, Leo, and Conor Crowley's looked like he'd given up on it.
I thought he was putting the hurley up over the middle of the bar, and it's normally a sign that the ball's gone straight over it.
Great take there from Tom McCarthy, plays it along the ground. Ben Murnan indeed that won that ball for Monaleen. The first mistake from Mungret St. Paul's from their own puckouts, but battle on the ground here, and it is Mungret St. Paul's with Owen Maher. Hand pass away now, and a chance maybe developing here for their cornerback. Goes back to Owen Maher. Maher won't miss from there. Third point of the game for Monaleen. 6 points now is the gap.
Yeah, I saw him playing last week. As I said, I watched their game against him. He's a player with abundance of pace. And certainly when he
one of our Mike O'Connell menswear man of the match in the senior hurling championship this year. Very, very good performance in one of their wins. Can't remember who it was against, Leo, but it was up in Clahan. Owen Maher was given man of the match by Jim Bob Ryan, I think, on that occasion. It's Mungret St. Paul's now on the attack once more, and see aforementioned Rory Gleeson. Lovely flick as well from Gleeson after initially doing very, very well, and they're away in on goals here. Goal chance for Begley. Shoots, saved on the line, and it's flicked away by Muras O'Dollig for the 65. Begley, he had one idea in his mind, Leo. Maybe should have bounced at these conditions. Any conditions, a bouncing ball, as you know, you've played in goals, is very difficult to deal with. Gave O'Dollig a chance, but in fairness to the keeper, he was there to save it.
Dare I ask the question, could he have kicked it? Might he have got more power in it if he kicked it? Put a great run. Showed absolutely clean pair of heels.
Yeah, he's a big man, Killian
He's a
Begley.
big
He's
man
got
when he
plenty
gets-
of pace.
When he gets the movement into him. One that Evan Loftus, I believe, has called into the Limerick Under 20 hurling panel.
It does result in this chance for Mark O'Brien. He's already nailed 165 in this game. So O'Brien hits this one very well, as well does Mark O'Brien. He gets the nod from the umpire as well, so no mistake from Mark O'Brien. Follows up that glorious sideline with another score from Mungret as well.
Am I right in saying Mungret have only one wide? And the game is 14 minutes on, halfway through the first half, nearly 15 minutes up on the clock.
O'Dollig's puck out. And again, it's Mungret St. Paul's that are to the ball first with Sean Duff. Looking at his options, slices it. Wasn't happy with Tom McCarthy. Is there to pick up the pieces from Monaleen. Tom short with his pass. Not the greatest of ones though. And it's Monaleen struggling to come out of defence with it. Lovely ball over to Ben Murnan. And Murnan was looking at the shooting. Gives it low inside instead. And it's under pressure here. The Mungret man in there. Was Owen Maher once more. Maher has been fouled, and he's going to get a free after the advantage not going anywhere.
Surprised he got the amount of time over the ball. He went to pick it once, twice, 3 times. I think he got it on the third occasion. You know, I thought Mungret would have closed him out there and dispossessed him, but no, and gets a good free for holding. As I said, they need every free to get him back into the game. 7-point gap at the moment. This brings it back down to a 2-score game again.
45 metres from goal is Matthew Fitzgerald. When he readies to take this one, coming up to 15 and a half minutes played. It's been on Mungret St. Paul's in the opening quarter of this game, leading Monaleen by 10 points to 3. Matthew Fitzgerald, that one's over the bar for sure, Leo. Lovely strike, better strike from Fitzgerald as well. And that's a much needed free, as you said, for Monaleen.
Absolutely. When you look at last night's game, 3-12 won it last night, 21 points. Mungret are literally halfway there to winning to that score tonight, so it's going to be a tall ask for Monaleen, but no better club now than to work their way back into it. I think they know it's on the line here.
Killian Begley with a glorious catch. He's been fouled as well. Gets the shot away. Doesn't need the advantage, does Begley. What a score that is. And, you know, that's, Leo, when you have a target man that you can pop a puck out
I said
to.
it before the game, John, you know, he's out there for a reason. They're going long down top of him. If he's not winning possession, they're winning the breaking ball around him. That's what's created all the problems.
Monaleen though on the attack once more. That delivery is blocked. And it comes though to the half forward. Conal Purcell. He's got one lovely score in this game so far. Off his left this time, Conal Purcell. That's lovely stuff from the Monaleen half forward again. We're into the moment, Leo. The last few minutes, tit for tat.
Yeah, they have to come back into it. They've no other, you know, it's too early and far too early in the game, as I said, but they're going to need a goal before half time just to give them that extra confidence to try and drive them on. Or else it's going to take a complete capitulation from Mungret.
Lovely from Rory O'Callaghan taking that delivery from Conor Crowley. Ball up into the full forward line. He's still going, Rory O'Callaghan. It opens up for him. Can Rory O'Callaghan? He's got a man inside, and Gleeson. Rory Gleeson. The pass is good. The block is sensational.
It's a penalty, is it?
Dara Langan came across. I think he got a block in it, Leo. You'll see it on replay in a moment or so. as Monaleen come away with it. Langan, he just got the ball in, Leo. I'm not quite sure on that one if Kieran Ganaz saw it back. Either way, back with play. Monaleen through Owen Maher. Maher's been fouled. That's a free in, and well, we'll have a look back at that one, Leo.
Yeah, Monaleen got away with one there, I think.
He just swung the hurley,
He
Darragh
swung
Langan.
a one-handed swing. Look at it, here we go here.
Brilliant from Rory O'Callaghan in the first
As I
place.
said, I saw the young fella playing Celtic Challengers. He was captain of the Celtic Challenge team. Absolutely brilliant. Watch. One-handed swing across. Look.
Oh yeah, he didn't make any connection with the ball. They're lucky to get away with that one. Monaleen, they'll take it, Leo.
They'll take it because that's the kind of look they need to get him back into the game.
Back with play. Matthew Fitzgerald midway between the 65 and 45 of Mungret St. Paul's.
It's very easy to do a game when you're up here. Looking at the replays like that.
Makes her life very easy indeed as Fitzgerald nails this one over the bar as well as the Monaleen number 11. They're back to 5 points.
Is that a 2-point swing or even a 3-point swing? You know, when you fully expected the ball to be blown in the back of the net at the other end.
Crowley goes towards Begley once more. Ball broken down. It's picked up by Marcus Southern. Southern gets that pass away. Shot coming in from Darragh Furland. It's breaking. It's good defensive work back there by the fullback Conor Mangan. Well, it is there for Peter Scully. Scully goes backwards to Mark Field. Field, not a great strike. It's blocked. And it comes now to Owen Maher. And Maher turns well, Leo. He's big and strong. He's quick. That's another score from him.
Yeah, you're talking about one crowd having the momentum. The way it swings pretty quick. They've picked off the last 2 or 3 points now in a row without Mungret getting on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
and that's the momentum that's the momentum they're going to need to keep themselves in the game.
4 in a row from Monaleen here as Fintan Fitzgerald looks to win it. Great defending there again. A good block as they tried to get it away there. But John Wright got in from Mungret St. Paul's, blocking the Monaleen attempted clearance. And it is going to be a line ball to Monaleen. But 4-point game, Leo. And Monaleen have come back into it very well. But that moment, will we be looking at it come full time?
Yeah.
Well, time will tell on that as this sideline cut. A low one blocked by Cian Maloney there from Mungret St. Paul's. The challenge comes in from Matthew Fitzgerald. Killian Begley going forward with it. Fitzgerald is in now, and Matthew Fitzgerald looked to come away with it. Couldn't. Ball goes to the ground. It is eventually Monaleen that tried to come away. Fitzgerald gets the block in on Jack Doyle. Doyle goes backwards now to Ben Murnan. Murnan, low one. It's a good pass to his midfield partner. And that is Luke Ryan. Luke Ryan gets that one away, and it's Monaleen coming away with Tom McCarthy and with confidence as well. Hand pass off to Conal Purcell. Purcell down the line. That's a lovely hurling from Monaleen to Darragh Furlan. Be a score of epic proportion. Just tails at the end, Leo. Just tailed it. It would have been some sensational score to finish, although it was a good effort from Darragh Furlan while it wasn't there. Short puck out. Rory O'Callaghan has it from Mungret St. Paul's, taking on Owen Maher. He'll do well to get away from Maher. Does so initially. Rory O'Callaghan goes up the line with it, needs a bit of help. Monaleen have taken it off him down. Rory Gleeson with it. As blatant a foul as you're going to see, and a free for Monaleen on the far touchline.
Came straight through the back of him. Just one of the things that, that I'm just looking from both clubs here. Both clubs have really 2 marquee players outside in that field. Right, one player is playing in the forward line. He's out wing forward now. He played centre back with the senior club, with the senior team this year in Mungret. And the other one is Darragh Langan. Both of them have while others around them have been going really, really well. Both boys have been really anonymous at this stage, and they really need to get them into the game. Let's see how Fintan gets on here now. Doesn't need this one.
Fintan Fitzgerald winning this one for Mungret St. Paul's. He'll take this shot on, you can be sure as well. Doesn't get all of it. It's going to drop short. Keeper tried to come off his line. Again, it's good full backline play by Tom Darcy. Just made sure the man inside him, which was Mark O'Brien, didn't win it. Now sharp puck out to Ben Murnan. Murnan gets it across to Tom McCarthy. McCarthy steps inside the challenge of Mark O'Brien. Still goes with it. Running into trouble. Tom McCarthy has been fouled. Gets the pass away now. And it's Luke Ryan delivering inside. Referee Kieran Ganaz says there's no advantage. As Sean Duff picks up the loose ball, and it's going to be a free to Monaleen. And long enough for Matthew Fitzgerald to take on too, Leo, you can be sure.
Absolutely. He's a good, lovely striker of ball. Very same as his brother Joe. 2 very, very good strikers of his litter.
So will be Matthew to take this one just inside his own 65. As we said earlier before throwing, Leo, absolutely no breeze to speak of in this in the 2 Gaelic rounds.
When you look at the change in the last couple of minutes, I think after 14 minutes the score was 9 points to 2. Now it's 11-7, so Monaleen gradually, as I said, they rolled up their socks and that worked their way back into bad wide from Monaleen. Or is it gone?
No, kept in play there. Kept in play very, very well there. But the swing from Owen, one-handed pull. Even if you get the ball these days with that, Leo, most referees are going to give it
a lazy free. That's the best way to describe that.
Yeah, and unlike Owen Maher as well, he's such a hard-working player. Conor Crowley takes this one, looking for Fintan Fitzgerald, goes over his head, goes over Tom McCarthy's head, but picked up back there by Ben Murnane. Conal Purcell's in to help him out, but it's Cian Maloney that's done very well. Managed to hop over the sideline flag as well. Here's broken inside to Mark O'Brien, flicks it. It's a good save from Marissa Dalek, didn't get any purchase on it, and that's a second goal chance for Mungret St. Paul's. Gonna begging here as Luke Ryan doesn't get a hit on that at all. Cian Maloney picks up the loose ball, and Cian Maloney isn't going to miss chances like that too often, and he doesn't miss one now either. Back to a 5-point advantage and a needed point for Mungret.
Yeah, but when you look at it, Mungret have had really two very good goal chances, John, and have not taken any of them. You know, that would have opened up a 7-point gap. Now they're back to a 5 point. Obviously they're getting a good point with Cian Maloney, but they're the opportunities when you get to county semi-finals, you have to be taking them.
Marissa Dalek goes short on this occasion to his corner back there. Marcus Southern, long one from Southern. Rory O'Callaghan is up, just breaks it for Sean Duff. Worked out for Mungret St. Paul's, and Duff blocked clearance though. Tried a little pop pass, but Dara Furland has picked it up, and Furland is lightning quick. Furland still going. Shot is there. It's just over the bar. Not quite sure if Conor Crowley got a touch, and I don't think he did, Leo. That's the danger of Dara Furland.
Yeah, as I said, the goal chance is still on there. He'll be disappointed with that, and I know he's holding his head still coming out, and just looking at the replay there, he knew the goal opportunity was there. Short puck out bad, the first Mungret puck out gone bad, and that's gone straight over the bar.
Owen Maher again.
Owen Maher again. That's Owen Maher's third point from play. So if you look at like Monaleen, two wing forwards are really beginning to shine into the game, coming into the game.
And that is a 3-point game now, 12 points to 9 in Mungret St. Paul's favour. Nice puck out, heading towards Fintan Fitzgerald again, batted away by Tom McCarthy. Good pick up on the bounce from Cian Maloney. He's won a free as well. That's great work from Cian Maloney. That's what you want to see from your midfielders as well, Leo. Breaking onto that ball and having the ability. He caught it on the hop. It was a lovely ball, just got down low into the hand and took off and won his free.
What I liked about that, John, he was under a small bit of pressure for steps wise, and he lifted the hand up so that the hurley was coming up around his head, so he was buying himself for free. A
coaching point, Leo, there. I'm sure you've used it many times in the past, and will use it many times in the future as Mark O'Brien lines
come out low out of the tackle. Anything goes up around head high these days, you're getting a free.
Indeed you are, as O'Brien hits it. And does he have the accuracy? He doesn't on this occasion. One mark will want back for sure. It remains a 3-point lead for Mungret St. Paul's. 25 minutes gone here in the Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship semi-final. It is in the battle of the city clubs to see who's going to be playing a city side in the final. And it is Mungret leading by 3. Puck out from O'Dollig, batted away there into Fintan Fitzgerald. Good touch from Fitzgerald, under pressure now from Conal Purcell. Gets it back to Sean Duff. Duff with the delivery into the full forward line. Quiet so far in this game has been Luke Walsh, very talented young player. Luke Walsh gets the ball in, and Killian Begley there to help him. Begley gets a touch in it, and it's going to be a line ball to Mungret. Last coming off from Monaleen Hurling. Begley will leave it for Mark O'Brien, who we know, Leo, he's missed a couple of chances, Mark O'Brien, a couple of long range frees, but he's very dangerous with everything else, and he's already one sideline. It's getting harder each time, Leo. He was from his own 65, then midway between the 45 and 21.
He's halfway between the 14-yard line and 20.
He'll fancy, I said it the last time, he'll fancy this one again. Low delivery, could be dangerous. Langan is there from Monaleen though, and picks it up. We gave him the big build up, he didn't live up to it. Dara Langan though, lovely one-handed pass, one off to Conal Purcell. Good step from Purcell again, plays it inside. It's a dangerous ball, just a slip from the Monaleen forward there, and a little trip after that. That's just unlucky from the Monaleen player inside. I think it was Furland indeed. Just slipped, Leo, nothing you can do about that one. And free out now to Mungret St. Paul's and Conor Crowley. On a balance, Leo, I know Mungret St. Paul's got into that big advantage, but this is probably more where the scores now where you'd expect, where you would have expected it to be.
Yeah,
not much between them.
It got to 8-1 at one stage, and the next score was really important. And Monaleen got that score to come work their way back into it. Here's Beggs up again with the big hand.
Breaks now to Luke Walsh. Walsh under pressure, flicks it along the line. Cup challenge comes in from Jack Dial, gets to it as well. That one's gone out over the sideline, and it hits Conal Purcell. That's the decision from the referee. don't think the Monaleen or the Mungret men were too happy with that decision.
Just look
from our vantage point.
If you're down there, manager Mungret at the moment, from a point of view, would you be putting Killian Begley in full forward, bringing Mark O'Brien, Fintan Fitz both wings, getting ball in there, because you've a threat, and then you're getting breaking ball off. If he doesn't win it, you're breaking ball off it. So from that point of view, it's something that maybe Mungret could think of.
There's Mark O'Brien involved now here. He's going to be under pressure to win it. Coming across again is Dara Langan. This time Langan did get connection with the ball here, and it's Tom Darcy coming out. He's caught the ball 3 times, and it's going to be a free in to Mungret St. Paul's. You see it here on the replay again. 3 times, Leo.
Yeah.
Criminal. And Tom, who's had a fine game at full back to this juncture. And it happens so often. The player just loses it for a second. Easy happen, I suppose. And Mark O'Brien with a chance to put Mungret St. Paul's back into a 4-point advantage as we hit the latter stages of this first half.
An important free.
One mark 9 times out of 10 would expect to score. Connects very well with it, and it goes over the bar. 13 points to 9, Leo. It's been a very, very good first half as well, it has to be said.
Absolutely. It's been, from a hurling point of view, and you can see the benefits of the match being played in the Gaelic grounds, to be quite honest. The hurling has been really fast and brisk, and both teams have gone at it.
Cian Maloney charging through that tackle, delivering inside towards Luke Walsh. Walsh breaks it down brilliantly for himself. Needs a bit of help in there. He's been fouled by Dara Langan. And the challenge comes in from Rory Gleeson, and Dara Langan a chance maybe for that to be thrown in, Leo. I don't think Kieran Ganna is going to do it. Murris O'Donoghue has run 30 metres to get involved in anything.
I don't know what he's coming out for, to be
and
quite
Kieran
honest.
Ganna is telling him exactly that. Get back into goals, he says. And Kieran Ganna will throw the ball in, I think, is the call. Rory Gleeson's reaction has caused that, I think. And Dara Langan had fouled Luke Walsh, no question of that, as he came in, as we see it on replay. Comes in, challenge, no question, but there's no need for Rory Gleeson to take Dara Langan out. But Killian Begley has it now. He's going to have the chance to shoot. Killian Begley, the accuracy is there. Looks good from our angle here. The nod has come from the umpire. 50-50 call, I think. With the best angle in the house here, Leo. So we're seeing it again.
I'd give it.
Oh, just about, I think. Just about. Well, it's been given either way. It doesn't matter what we say. The referee has given it. And Killian Begley has another score.
14 points to 9. Just on the stroke of half time. Now it's coming up to half time. Next score is really important for either club.
Cian Maloney has started to really dominate the middle of the park as well. The shot comes in, the pass comes in to Brian Hassett. It's going to break inside. O'Brien gets a touch in it. Tom Darcy, is that a foul? Referee says play away. I don't think Tom Darcy was playing much ball there. Killian Begley with the interception. Begley now has it in the hand once more. Going to take it on. Lovely pass from Begley out to Mark O'Brien, who ran on the angle off his left. Mark O'Brien blocked down brilliantly by Dara Langan. Langan now dummies one way, goes the other, and is going to strike this one away. He's been fouled, says referee Kieran Ganna. Advantage.
I'd have been given a penalty. No, it's the benefits of watching the replay here. He's not playing any ball. He's not playing. He's actually facing towards his own goals when he was making the tackle, so he didn't clue where the ball was coming. If you look at it here, just watch it. Look. All day long, that's a penalty. I know we have the benefit of the replays here. It looked at the time live, Leo, that Tom Darcy could have been in a bit of trouble. Wasn't given by referee Kieran Ganna. And the likelihood is now we'll come up to the half-time whistle without a goal unless Monaleen can come with something here, and it's Conal Purcell in possession. He's running away from goal, switches it back towards the middle to Luke Ryan. It's intercepted there by Killian Begley as Kieran Ganna from Fiona Castleman blows the half-time whistle. It is Mungret St. Paul's leading Monaleen by 14 points to 9 at the end of the first half of this Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship semi-final. Leo O'Connor, your thoughts at the end of what has been a very entertaining first half? Without shadow of a doubt, Mungret came straight out of the blocks and went 8 points to 1 up, 9-2. And the next 5 minutes became really important for Monaleen. They worked their way back into it. I still think Monaleen are going to need a goal because the firepower that Mungret have up there with Fintan Fitz, with Mark O'Brien, with Oisín Begley, Killian Begley. There's a lot of firepower up there, and they're creating the opportunities. But I will, on the negative side, Mungret have had 3 goal opportunities and taken none of them. Been very unlucky on one or two decisions, but certainly overall they're justifiably 14 points to 9. Yes, they're in a very, very good position. Mungret are going to have, or Monaleen are going to have to come out and throw caution to the wind and attack from the word go. The first 5-10 minutes of the second half is going to be vitally important for them. So from that point of view, look, it's all to play for, and both teams will go in at half time still thinking, one is thinking they're in a very good position that they're going to push out, but Monaleen have to come out with all guns blazing for the start of the second half and keep themselves in the county semi-final.
It is Mungret St. Paul's leading by 5 at the half-time whistle. We'll be back with the second half action shortly. O'Brien lines up this 65 strike, as you'd expect from Mark O'Brien, is very good. Limerick under 20 into the ball delivered into the middle of the park. Now it's Tom Lloyd wearing 17. He goes from midfield as Tom Lloyd strikes it well, has the accuracy to boot as well. Maloney now playing it up the line. It's a good ball again into the centre forward there. That's Rory Gleeson with an absolute gorgeous effort from Rory to come away with it. Initially Monaleen, but it's one back there, and it's Fintan Fitzgerald with the effort, and he's nailed that one as well as Fintan Fitzgerald. Straight to Mark O'Brien, of one player you do not want to be hitting mistaken puck outs to, and that's straight over the black spot from O'Brien. Third point is inside now on the run from Dara Furlan. Furlan gets the shot away, and that's a good response from Monaleen. He had the advantage coming to him, but Fintan Fitzgerald eventually taking that pass from Tom Lloyd in. This is an excellent effort from Fintan Fitzgerald out to Tom Lloyd, who Monaleen just have not picked up in this game thus far. Lloyd again, he's already got one from distance. This one is just as good again. Scully gets the pass back now, and all it comes back to Conal Purcell, and Purcell, no mistake with this one, Leo. We've the perfect view again. Much
65 metre line, and it landed in on the edge of the square. And there it is, gone straight over the bar.
Mark O'Brien. Maher, hand pass away now, and a chance maybe developing here for their cornerback. Goes back to Owen Maher. Maher won't miss from there. Third point of the game for Monaleen. They're initially doing very, very well, and they're away in on goals here. Goal chance for Begley. Shoots, saved on the line, and it's flicked away by Muras O'Dolly. O'Brien hits this one very well, as well does Mark O'Brien, and gets the nod from the opening quarter of this game, leading Monaleen by 10 points to 3. Matthew Fitzgerald, that one's over the bar for sure, Leo.
The way back into it, I think they know what's on the line here.
Killian Begley with a glorious catch. He's been fouled as well. Gets the shot away. Doesn't need the advantage, does Begley. 2.5 forward Conal Purcell. He's got one lovely score in this game so far. Off his left this time, Conal Purcell. That's lovely stuff from the Monaleen half forward.
Look at the replays like that.
Makes her life very easy indeed, as Fitzgerald nails this one over the bar, as well as the field. Not a great strike. It's blocked. And it comes now to Owen Maher, and Maher turns well, Leo. He's big and strong. He's Luke Ryan doesn't get a hit on that at all. Cian Maloney picks up the loose ball, and Cian Maloney isn't going to miss chances like that too often. He tried a little pop pass, but Dara Furlan just picked it up, and Furlan is lightning quick. Furlan still going. Shot is there. It's just over the bar.
He knew the goal opportunity was there. Short puck out bad. The first Mungret puck out gone bad, and that's gone straight over the bar.
Owen Maher again.
Owen Maher again.
And it's going to be a free in to Mungret St. Paul's. You can see it here on the replay again. One mark, 9 times out of 10 would expect the score. Connects very well with it. Goes to take Dara Langan out, but Killian Begley has it now. He's going to have the chance to shoot. Killian Begley, the accuracy is there. Looks good from our angle here. The nod has come.
And consultancy on lifts and escalators, trust Horgan's Lifts and Escalator Consultants, based in Mungret, providing reliable professional service you can depend on. Call 086 260 4317 or email john@horgans.net. Horgans Lifts and Escalator Consultants, lifting standards higher.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
Welcome back to the two Gaelic grounds for the second half of the Limerick GA Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship semi-final. It is Mungret St. Paul's leading Monaleen by 14 points to 9. Leo Connor joins me for the second half again. Leo, as we see Mungret St. Paul's out on the field at the moment, you'd imagine Cian O'Brien and his management team will be very, very happy with what he saw in the first half.
Oh, listen, like they started low in the first 10 minutes of it, you know, when they were 8 points to 1 up after 10 minutes, and it was they were playing really good hurling, but then like they were 9-2, I think 14, the score was 9-2 14 minutes in, and it was one of those occasions where the next score was going to be really, really important. Then Monaleen went on a roll. They got 2 or 3 scores in a row and worked themselves back into it. Mungret gave away 1 or 2 frees, 2 very scoreable frees, which Matthew Fitzgerald duly obliged, and gradually Monaleen worked their way back into it. Then up to 3 minutes before half time it was 12-9. And you thought Monaleen are back into the next score is important, but Mungret came back and got the next 2 scores and opened up a 5-point gap again. It's like, on a night like tonight, a 5-point gap is a nice lead. But look, still all to play for. Both teams will feel that they're in with, as I said before the half-time break, that they have a really good chance of getting over the line here.
And it's Mungret St. Paul's as we get back underway with Rory O'Callaghan. Under pressure is O'Callaghan though, but Ben Murnane unable to keep the ball in play. It will be Rory O'Callaghan taking the sideline maybe a bit too quickly as it breaks to Matthew Fitzgerald in midfield. Fitzgerald gets the strike in off his left hand side, looking for Dara Furl, the full back line, the full forward line I should say. Picked up there though by Sean Duff, and Conor Crowley moves out to give him an option. And Crowley, not at the first attempt, plays it low along the ground to Conor Collins. Collins, met by the challenger Murnane, plays it up the line looking for Killian Begley. It's Begley is there first, picks it up, gets it into the hand at the second attempt, may need a third actually, and it breaks away from him. Ball now into the middle of midfield, and it's Matthew Wright coming away with pace, chased there by Tom McCarthy I think it is, or Luke Ryan indeed, it's John or Tom Wright still going with it, gets it off to Begley under pressure, lovely step from Killian Begley, comes back onto his right hand side looking to get the first score of the half, and that's exactly what Killian Begley has brought to the table. Leo, fine start from Begley at the start of the second half.
Yeah, great composure though. You know, ball was flicked off him, didn't go perfectly to hand to him, but yet drove on the next 4 or 5 yards, then circled back around and popped the ball over the bar, had a look and see his angle and popped it over the bar. Great finish from Killian.
Cian Scully now under pressure from Monaleen, gets it away to Jack Doyle. Doyle going backwards to Dara Langan. Langan with the strike. It's a good delivery inside now to Owen Maher. The turn is good from Maher. 3 points in the first half, wearing number 10, but in the full forward line. Gets that pass away now. Challenge on Matthew Fitzgerald. It's going to be a free. Pops it over the bar. All the same does the Monaleen. It wasn't indeed, it was Mark Field. Apologies, Mark Field that got that score. And a good start from Mark Field. He had a couple of shots in the first half, Leo. Didn't go to plan from his point of view. Talented hurler, that'll give him a bit of confidence.
Yeah, but you see the benefits of ball going to hand. That pop pass off, that has to go to hand on a night like tonight because possession is key.
Back with play now and a breaking ball there. Monaleen have it. And that one was Matthew Fitzgerald, was it, delivering it inside. Ball breaking there. Mungret St. Paul's out in front. It's their full back as Conor Mangan trying to win possession. And last touches Dara Furland, I think. Indeed, going to be a Mungret St. Paul's ball, is it? No, it's going to be a Monaleen ball. And a bit of getting to know you between Rory O'Callaghan and Mark Field. And referee Kieran Gannett, I think, telling both players to just cop it on a little bit here, and it's Mark Field with the sideline ball for Monaleen. It's a dangerous one in and around the 14 metre line. Hand goes up from Owen Maher, ball breaks to Conal Purcell. Purcell has been fouled and he's going to have a free. Still going with it, Conal Purcell throws it up over the shoulder and throws it up over the bar. Great score, third of the game for Purcell as well.
Yeah, 2 in the first half, that's his first score of the second half. Good start from Monaleen.
Back to a 4-point advantage now for Mungret. They've cut the gap to 4.
You can see the urgency, and you can see this now when the puck outs alone. They're getting the bodies down around the breaking ball. Killian is good enough to get himself out of trouble there. In fairness, he worked hard, but certainly you can see the Monaleen bodies coming around the puck out.
Breaking ball in the middle of the park again. It's Tom Lloyd who's been so industrious in this game. Cian Maloney the same, and Maloney's the one to win it. Maloney under pressure gets a good hand pass away, a blind one towards Tom Lloyd. Great take from him. The delivery is good. If it was just a little bit better, I think Rory Gleeson was away there, and Monaleen have got players back and they'll come away with possession. Matthew Fitzgerald in midfield, lovely turn to get away from Cian Maloney. Still going, Matthew Fitzgerald gets it back into the hand before delivering towards Owen Maher. Maher tries to touch it towards goal, but the Mungret defence is good there. On this occasion it was Jake Stack I should say, and it is Sean Duff now in possession for Mungret. Duff needs a bit of help. He's done very, very well there. Sean Duff gets it away to Rory O'Callaghan, delivers in along the line towards Mark O'Brien. Again, Tom Darcy is out in front. He's had a fine game at full back, has Tom Darcy. And it is Luke Ryan now into the middle to Mark Field. Beats the challenger Rory O'Callaghan. Mark Field delivering I think people were expecting him to go for the shot there, didn't get the greatest of connections, but a bit of diligent forward play there has kept it for Conal Purcell. It's flicked towards goal from Purcell. That's an excellent effort by the Monaleen number 12, fourth of the game from Purcell, Leo, and he took that one superbly.
Absolutely, single-handedly working him back into the game. In fairness to him, every opportunity he's got, he's nailed it. Bang, straight over the bar, direct as you like.
3-point game yet again here at the two Scaly Grounds. At final this weekend against Napiershik is what is in the offing here, as Conor Crowley goes very long towards Fitzgerald, batted away brilliantly there, but it's broken to Cian Maloney. Maloney delivering inside Mark O'Brien and Tom Darcy again. It's Darcy out in front once more, hasn't won it cleanly this time. Fintan Fitzgerald trying to win it, comes now to Mark O'Brien. O'Brien switches into middle to Begley. Oh, was he hooked or did he miss it? I'm not quite sure. The player that was in attendance was Marcus Southern. We'll give Southern the credit for the hook, and it is cleared downfield by Monaleen. Will go out over the sideline. I think Beggs was going for that one. Like, he wound up like he was going for it.
He wound up. He almost could have had the opportunity to maybe go forward with it and pop it off, or else just what I would term the brick flick over the bar, and certainly got Marcus Southern and got back and got a great hook on him.
Great ball from Rory O'Callaghan with the sideline. Fintan Fitzgerald gets it into his hand. Fintan from the touchline strikes it.
Interesting ball.
Dangerous ball inside. O'Brien is there. He breaks it. Mercer Dollig is off his line. Ball breaking around. Tom Darcy is there once again for Monaleen. And Darcy gets the ball away up towards Conal Purcell. Met by the challenger Conor Collins. Collins, for once in this game, has got the better of his marker there. And Conor Collins still going forward. Has the hand pass inside to Luke Walsh. Walsh now with the chance. He's been threatening a score all game as Luke Walsh. He's finally got one, and a much needed one indeed for Mungret St. Paul's as well. Yeah,
it takes the pressure off again, opens up a 4-point gap again. They're going to have to do that all night long. Just keep that scoreboard ticking over and keep getting that scores, keep the 2-score game.
One in the air by Rory O'Callaghan, breaks though to Brian Hassett. Hassett has done well. Goes to Rory O'Callaghan, pulls it the first time. You can see why he was under pressure. Ben Murnane, in fact it's not, it's Cian Scully. Scully with the hand pass off towards Peter Scully, and it comes now to Sean Duff. Mungret intercept, a good ball.
Perfect ball now
on
from
the outside for Mark O'Brien. O'Brien can go left, he can go right. He goes right and goes across the Fintan Fitzgerald. Fintan had got hold of that one. There may have been a run in on goals, but there it breaks the Fitzgerald. It's a great block from Killian Begley. Fitzgerald though had way more time than that. He took the shot on, didn't go to plan, and another wide from Mungret St. Paul's.
Yeah, just small things that they're really, they need to be converting, because every opportunity you're going to get at this stage is really important.
Puck out now coming from Conor Crowley. Rory O'Callaghan is there again from Mungret St. Paul's. Fintan breaks for it, and it's Fintan Fitzgerald under pressure from Matthew Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald battling there, but it's Sean Duff, and Duff breaking a few challenges, gets the hand pass away and keeps going with it. Begley back to Duff once more. Sean off his left will take the strike on. That's going to drop short.
It's going to drop
for Mercer Dollig. The touch is good from the Monaleen netminder and goes safely to Dara Langan as well. Langan with time and space to deliver, goes down the line. Not one of his greatest ones, as Rory O'Callaghan was having a growing influence in this game. Rory still going, the call is to deliver. That's what he does towards Luke Walsh in the corner there. Last touched off Walsh is the call from the linesman. Going to have the first substitution of the game as well. Harry McDermott for Monaleen is coming into the fray, and I need to see now who the man coming off for Monaleen is. It's going to be Luke Ryan, is it, in midfield? Yeah, Luke Ryan, the man coming off for Monaleen. So direct swap, Harry McDermott going into midfield as Dara Langan takes this sideline. Not a great strike, but it breaks kindly to the corner back there, Marcus Southern. Southern still going away with it. There's Marcus Southern. Sean Duff with the challenge, but Southern gets the delivery in towards Owen Maher once more. Jake Stack is with him. Maher has done well to initially win possession. Owen Maher charges away from his marker. Still going Owen Maher, looking for point number 4. Well blocked down by Tom Lloyd. And Mungret St. Paul's should be able to come away cleanly with this one. Hassett plays it up the line. It's a good ball as well to the midfielder there, Matthew Wright. Not the greatest of strikes from Wright, never came off the hurley. John Wright, I should say. And it's Dara Furland who will take his chance from here. Dara Furland, or should say it is Dara Langan, and Langan has sent a brilliant point over the bar. 3-point game yet again.
Yeah, absolutely. Dara showing all his experience there. The opportunity opened up, come up the middle, And you fully expect him to be doing that. I thought he'd be more of a major influence to get in the game tonight. He's probably sitting a little bit too deep at the moment to have the impact, but certainly when that opportunity became available, you see the benefits of being able to do that.
3-point game yet again here. Puck out from Crowley. Breaks broken by Fintan Fitzgerald. As Conor Collins now under pressure immediately there. While the Monaleen player was Dara Furland out deep. Hand pass comes now. It's well intercepted. Brilliantly intercepted. And Sean Duff is certainly having an influence now in this game. Challenge comes from Matthew Fitzgerald. It's going to be a free. He had the advantage initially, and that's what referee Kieran Ganna has gone back for, is the advantage. And Cian O'Brien's coming all the way to take this one.
Yeah, you wonder, are you leaving yourself short? They need to get someone in around the edge of the square for these balls. Like it's 2-on-1 situation. The smallest man in the field is in the edge of the square against 2 Monaleen defenders. Fenton is going in now, but certainly you need more than that in there, because this is either going to...
Rory Gleeson going in now as well. So yeah. It's either drop shortly, as I think you're going to say, drop short.
Or it goes wide. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
it will drop short wide, you'd imagine, too. So could be kept in play, or Mark O'Brien will just nail it and shut the two of us up. As O'Brien strikes it from his own 65.
And that's what he does.
Exactly what Mark O'Brien does, from a mile out, straight over the bar. It's rare you'll shut me and Leo O'Connor up, but Mark O'Brien has done it.
Absolutely great score, great striking ability.
That's another for Mungret St. Paul's and Mark O'Brien. As Lewis O'Dowd gets this one straight down the middle, it goes. Off goes Rory O'Callaghan again, making sure Conor Purcell didn't win anything clean. Ball's kicked away. Tom Lloyd is there for Mungret St. Paul's, nearly pickpocketed by Dara Furland. Lloyd continues to go with it. Begley is there now. Begley tries to win that one. Tom Lloyd helps him out and does it himself, and Tom Lloyd going forward with it now. Hook as he tried to take it on, still might go towards goal. It's going to drop to the right and wide. Good defending from Monaleen, has to be said. Man got the hook in was Harry McDermott, I think, the substitute, and it remains a 4-point advantage for Mungret St. Paul's.
17 plays 13.
41.5 minutes gone here as this puck out comes from O'Dowd. Up went the hurley of Dara Furland, battle on the ground. Dara Furland is there again though for Monaleen, chased down by Cian Maloney. Furland continues to go, dummies to shoot, flicks it up, tries to flick it over the head, but John Wright is there. Owen Maher now switches it back, and Tom Lloyd is there. Tom Lloyd has been everywhere for Mungret St. Paul's this evening, needs a bit of help here, and it doesn't come. Breaks now for Tom McCarthy going into the middle, lovely ball to Matthew Fitzgerald with a high one. Has the accuracy from here? It doesn't, says the linesman, to the right and wide. The linesman, I should say, umpire, of course, calling that one. He just went too high with it, Leo. Lost a bit of accuracy as we hit the first time in this game. Bit of a lull here as it breaks too. Dara Langan off his right, low delivery, good delivery too. Flicked there by Peter Scully. Short Ben Mernane. Scully is there again. Rory O'Callaghan in once more. And the last hit, a Monaleen man. And that should be certainly a Mungret St. Paul's ball. It's been given to Monaleen. Well, that, Leo, we were right in front of that. It was the boot of Matthew Fitzgerald that clearly got that one, but it is going to be a line ball to Monaleen. Was the decision from the linesman. And it's Matthew Fitzgerald's delivery. Breaks kindly to Sean Duff, doesn't catch it, probably should have. The evening gets a bit colder here to two Gaelic grounds. Battle for possession on the ground. Neither side able to win it cleanly. Kicked
Sean
away by
Duff
Duff
kicks
again.
out that one.
Needs it again. Dara Furland trying to win it back from Monaleen. And it's Furland that has it in the hand. Looking at his options here, Furland, he's going to get a chance to shoot. This will be some score from Dara Furland. That's an excellent effort from Furland. He was stuck inside in the box there, Leo, and he threw it over the shoulder and just did just enough.
Yeah, small things like that though. There was 2 rucks there where, players were getting their bodies around it, fighting for ball, and Monaleen, Dara Furland comes out and gets a great score from Monaleen point of view. That's it. Their small little game changers bring us back down to a 3-point game.
Harry McDermott now battling with Mark O'Brien there, and O'Brien, diligent work from him there, and it's Rory Gleeson just doing brilliantly to evade a couple of men there, just evading the over, carrying a lovely ball off to Killian Begley. Begley takes the shot on, and he takes it over the bar too. They could have went on with it, Leo. Took the option, puts them 4 points back in front once again.
The most important thing is that they keep that scoreboard ticking over. They're the ones in the lead. They're stretching it back out to a 4-point lead. But certainly the game is in the balance now. Next couple of minutes, the importance of scores is going to be really in terms of the outcome of the game.
And this kind of breaking around rucks and stuff, as Matthew Fitzgerald nearly comes away with it from Monaleen, it absolutely suits Mungret St. Paul's as well.
Yeah, to a certain degree, but like I just noticed the work rate of Monaleen the last couple of minutes. They've got 1 or 3 or 4 of those little mini rucks, as we'll call them, and certainly getting themselves over the line. 65 here. You see the importance of winning the dirty ball. You know, small things like that, little mistakes like that happen, and just brings it back. It just goes over the bars, back down to a 3-point game. Fully expect Matthew Fitzgerald to nail this one as well.
Yeah, you'd be surprised if he didn't. I think Ombersland and his management team are bringing on another player here.
Number 26, is it?
The team sheets we were given, Leo, I don't think
we don't have a 26.
No.
Wide.
Matthew Fitzgerald has hit that one wide.
Both teams. Mungret bringing on number 15, Oisin Donnelly.
Oisin Donnelly, who was down to start as well. So Oisin Donnelly is on. We're not quite sure who number 26 is. Ben Moran has gone off. And try and get that updated for you.
Yeah, it's the way the shape of the game now. It's with substitutes coming on. It's going to be the last couple of minutes. Mungret are taking off Connor Collins. A really effective hurler is the word. I was not the most stylish guy, but he's been really effective, really tough, and getting to the breaking ball and winning dirty ball. He was in the first half, but certainly second half he's just probably a little bit getting a little bit tired and getting the better of him.
Mungret St. Paul's on the attack. They've won the free as well. And
yeah, this to push it out to a 5-point game again. This to make it 19-14 if Mark O'Brien nails this one. So it's just the way the game is flowing, and it's suiting Mungret at the moment. They're getting the scoreboard, that's as we said. A good few times tonight, and a good few occasions, they're keeping that scoreboard ticking over. They're keeping that 4-point gap, and this to extend it out to 5.
And unless Monaleen get that goal, Leo, it's that comfortable buffer for Mungret St. Paul's.
Yeah.
Oh, it is now free from Mark O'Brien, and Mark isn't going to miss too many of those. He hasn't missed that one either, so it does get to a 5-point advantage now for Mungret St. Paul's.
Team that's going to get now, 14 minutes, 13 minutes to go plus injury time. But the team that's going to get to the ball first and win the ball and try and take on your man, win frees, that's what Mungret need to do. Monaleen need to get out in front, take them on at every occasion and try and create a goal chance to get themselves really back into it.
Luke Walsh gets that across. Fitzgerald is onto it. A goal chance maybe here from Mungret St. Paul's. Does not hit that at all. And O'Donnell, not for the first time tonight, has been there for Monaleen.
Throw-in ball,
yeah. And Maurice O'Donnell has been getting involved in that stuff all night.
He came 20 yards, 25 yards, 30 yards maybe in the first half to come out and get involved in an instant.
And we saw the referee warning on that occasion.
Yeah. And
so a handy free out is a throw-in ball.
Just goes to show.
And it breaks now. Rory Gleeson in there for Mungret St. Paul's. Fintan Fitzgerald getting in there as well. Throwing his size around as well is the Mungret St. Paul's number 10. Killian Begley's in there. Plenty of big men in and around the ball at the moment, and it's Mungret St. Paul's with Cian Maloney. Maloney going backwards now after John Wright. Wright is blocked, pulls in it and broken over towards Luke Walsh. Walsh will be out first to it under pressure, and it's Matthew Fitzgerald back there from Monaleen to win it back for them. And Fitzgerald now looking at his options ahead, plays it up the line. Sean Duff is trying to get there, won't be able. That's the unnamed substitute for Monaleen that is on the ball there, but Mungret St. Paul's have won it back, and it's Duff who's having an ever-growing influence in this game. Gets it away to Tom Lloyd. Lloyd looking at his options now, plays a good one to Mark O'Brien. It's a glorious pass. Goal chance here. We've said it so often in this game for Mungret St. Paul's. Shot to the right and wide. Oh, they've had so many goal chances here.
That's their fourth goal chance and haven't taken any of them. And here we go, went with the sharp puck out, intercepted.
And it is Killian Begley. Begley still going with it. Could be another one. They fluffed this one as well. Have Mungret St. Paul's. O'Donnell completely mishit the puck out. Thought the referee had blown it back actually, but either way, back with play in Darragh Furland. Furland now with this strike from long range. That's going to drop well short of Conor Crowley's goal. The keeper comes out, lets it bounce, comes out bravely and very confidently. Switch of plays, poor one down. It's broken by Conal Purcell. Purcell He's looking at his options. He fancies it, and it's not the greatest of shots. Could be dangerous. It's out for a 65. No messing around in the end. A white ball is the call. That certainly, I thought, hit the hurley of Brian Hassett. No, the umpire says no, Leo, so we'll go with the umpire.
The umpire says no. He was a lot closer to it than us.
He was indeed. Maybe the Monaleen Hurley came up. He certainly had the better angle.
You can see the little bit of nerves are creeping in, you know. Mungret getting the 2 chances there and didn't convert any of them, and then Monaleen going down the other end, and that little bit of nervousness under the dropping ball from the Mungret defence where Monaleen were attacking them. Over carries.
Caught there was the corner back, and it was Marcus Southern over on that far side under pressure.
That'll be, yeah, they're the things that work great. You look at it, three Mungret players around it, turning over the Monaleen player, giving him very little option to do, only over carrying it. Be one of the questions in sport, though, John, in the question of sport in a couple of years' time when they saw this streaming, who was 26
on the Monaleen side. We're still waiting on confirmation of that one. I hope they don't bring on a number 27, Leo, because they had only 24 players in the programme we were given. So we'll certainly be an investigation into that one. We'll leave it at one of those life's mysteries at the moment as Mark O'Brien sends that one over the bar as well. 6 points now. Again is Mungret St. Paul's lead, Leon. You have to say at this juncture they haven't been tested. There has not been a goal chance really created by Monaleen in this game as of yet.
No, and like if you look at it from another point of view, that's Mark O'Brien's 5th point from frees. So the free count are beginning to mount up. That one gone over the bar as well.
Indeed, yeah. Mark O'Brien once more. So maybe their challenge of Monaleen as we head into the final 9 minutes of this one is abating. Rory O'Callaghan trying to win it. Breaks for Conal Purcell. Purcell now doesn't want to have a go off the left. Goes backwards 50 yards to Cian Scully. Scully playing it into the full forward line. Little flick of the hurley there, and referee Kieran Ganna has seen it. It was blatant, Leo. The flick of the hurley from the forward there. Mark Field knew what he was doing. Just stopped the defender. Free out all day long.
Yeah, just trying to wrap the ball more than anything else and trying to protect it and flicked off. And justifiably a free from Mungret.
And Conor Crowley will be in absolutely no rush to take this one as Monaleen are getting ready to bring in Ben Mansfield, another big, strong player on this side. We'll wear the number 18 as Crowley launches it in towards the 13-metre line. Fintan Fitzgerald is up. It breaks. Begley's there. Goal for Mungret St. Paul's. And that's a 10-point lead, Leo. And that should be that.
That's more or less it, I'd say, to be quite honest. Number 18, Ben Mansfield, is coming on from Monaleen now. But certainly, that's 121. Huge score on a night like tonight. It's 8 minutes to go. You can't see him being turned over at this stage. And, like, in fairness, they've had other goal chances and haven't taken them. But you just see there the benefits of following in the ball. Got onto the breaking ball. That's a goal and 4 points for Killian Begley tonight from play.
And it is Peter Scully, the man departed for Monaleen, as Begley's trying to win as well. Gets the left boot onto it, but it is picked up there by Dara Furland, and Furland going to have to go it alone for the moment. Is the Monaleen number 14 still going? Dara Furland, great score. If that one goes a drop in for Conor Crowley. Good hands from the Mungret St. Paul's keeper. Dangerous flick out though, and Sean Duff read it. It wasn't meant for Duff, but Duff maybe knew what his keeper was at. He picked it up, and Duff has run 70 yards with it. Gets the hand pass away now to Mark O'Brien. O'Brien has an option there. Switch it play into the corner though,
ball
for the run. There, it's a great take from Fintan Fitzgerald. Fintan Fitzgerald off the right hand side. It's going to go to the left and wide. So much more like it from Mungret St. Paul's, playing with a bit of flair now, Leo. They have that buffer.
You know, but like when a player gets a ball in a situation like diagonal the ball, you turn, you take your man on, you work your way back in towards a scoring position, not to be shooting. Like, it's just small silly mistakes. That's experience. That comes with experience.
Yeah, Mark Field tries to get purchase on that long delivery and was unable to do so, and it goes to the right hand wide. As Conor Crowley gets ready to take this one. So it looks at this stage that Mungret St. Paul's will be joining Nepirshik in the 2025 Under-20 Premier Hurling Championship final. We expect it's fixed for Sunday. No time or venue as of yet for that one. We'll update you with that as this delivery is in to the full forward line. Out comes the full back there. Again, it's Conor Mangan doing well, but Sean Duff has been so often the case in the second half, picking up every loose ball that has dropped around her. In towards John Wright, flicks it on. Does well, does Killian Begley to just keep it there, and Begley will probably win it himself now. Battle comes, a couple of Mungret players involved as to Monaleen. It's Cian Scully that plays it up the line, but Rory O'Callaghan half blocked down by Owen Maher. Ball breaking there. Conor Purcell has picked it off the ground, and it's going to be a free for Mungret St. Paul's. And Leo, they've been good value for this win if it stays at this stage too.
The first 10 minutes alone, tonight they deserve to win the performance of the hurling in the first 10 minutes. 8 points to 1 up, 9-2 up. Like that was immense. They opened up and they went really at it.
And it was 8 out of 9 shots as well. They were very, very clinical. I think you said in the first 10 minutes, clinical was the word you used.
Yeah.
And more often than not, Monaleen obviously were always going to come back into it. But Mungret really took off.
I'm just looking at my notes there. My notes served me right. The first 7 shots from Mungret tonight went straight over the bar, So, that is what you call clinical hurling.
And that's another one from Mark O'Brien that's gone over the bar as well. So, they continue to slot the scores to Mungret St. Paul's. And heading towards the county final, unless a miracle from Monaleen occurs. As this one switched over towards Tom Lloyd, broken down by the Monaleen player. Again, it's Mark Field. Under pressure though is Mark Field, and it's pulled on that one. Comes back to Cian Scully. Was looking up before the ball in his hand, but Begley has done well to put the pressure on. Back to Mark Field into the middle. This one comes to Dara Furlan, showing his pace. There's a run there from the back. He goes for it, does Furlan, just over the bar. You could see what he was trying. Point is the call from the umpire down there.
Yeah, look, you be made eat humble pie, John, because I looked at Monaleen last week, as I said, against Doon outside the AstroTurf, and they looked like flying it. They were really, really sharp, and everything was going really, really. They looked really, really good. But then again, you bring them out here on grass tonight, and the difference, the way the ball sticks this time of the year, it's a completely different game. Freedom of movement outside the AstroTurf. Everyone is working really, really well. So there's just small things, but certainly the way Mungret have adapted tonight, that is really impressive to me.
Yeah, Killian Clifford has also come onto the Monaleen side. I think there's an error here as well on the scoreboard. I think we saw referee Kieran Gannat checking it. We have 122 to 15, Leo, and the scoreboard has 123. I think we're okay scoreline wise. 122 to 15 is the score, 10-point lead. It says 11 here in the two Gaelic grounds. I don't think it's going to be an issue here as Rory O'Callaghan launches this one in to the full forward again. Luke Walsh trying to break it. It's unlucky there, Luke Walsh. Still there though, but Monaleen have come away with it. It is their corner back coming away. This time is Jack Doyle. Doyle playing it up towards Owen Maher. Maher looking backwards to play this one to Tom McCarthy. McCarthy by Mark O'Brien. O'Brien can't get the block in, but does enough to make sure it's not the cleanest of deliveries. Monaleen have won it though. And the ball coming in now. The shot coming in from the Monaleen number 26. Might indeed be John O'Halloran, Leo. I'm not sure. The two 19s are coming in now. That's Conor Gavin from Monaleen and Ronan O'Brien from Mungret St. Paul's. So Luke Walsh is the Mungret St. Paul's player being called ashore. And Monaleen's one.
He's worked really, really hard for his team tonight, Luke O'Brien. Or Luke Walsh, sorry. And got on the scoreboard. I can ask him made the ball stick every time it went in, so he'll be happy with his performance tonight. I've been really impressed with Sean Duff at centre back though. Everything that good that has come out of Mungret defence, Sean Duff is the one who's carried the ball out of it. Rory Gleeson banging that one straight over the bar.
Again, it's due to the work of Sean Duff. Gleeson still had to finish it, to be fair, and he did exactly that, but it's really excellent stuff there from the Mungret St. Paul's side again. As you mentioned, Leo, Sean Duff played around the middle of the park with Limerick underage a couple of years, the Limerick minor team.
Yeah.
You know, been the forwards as well with Mungret St. Paul's senior team the last year or two as well, but they've found a home for him at centre back. He's been really impressive.
He's been really he's just his overall performance tonight. I think his work rate more than anything else, and his ability to come up when he's getting ball, his ability to come up the field, you don't want to be looking at when the Monaleen will look back in this, their tactical wise, are they playing a little bit too deep? in terms of where their marquee players were. And there's another score going over the bar from Mark O'Brien.
Yeah, lovely delivery from Fintan Fitzgerald, and Mark O'Brien came back into his left.
Yeah, when that diagonal ball comes across the field, John, you're taking your sweet, well, what I would call your -6 or whatever they want to call it, you're taking him out of play, and it's giving you the opportunity to create that one-on-one situation, and the ball's going over the bar, just turns back inside and pops it. It's like there's, whether it's 125 or 124, one wonders, but look, just a very, very polished performance by Mungret. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Can't see too much injury time, maybe a minute and a half. I think this is the first injury we've had in the second half. So
Mires Ahern has also come onto the Mungret side for Tom Lloyd. I'm just wondering, is it Sean Duff, the player that's down? And said he had a couple of issues in the first half, Leon. This, we're down a couple of times, or certainly once anyway, and was limping at one stage in the first half, but this has a follow-on as well, obviously, with a final set for Sunday as well. So Mungret St. Paul's will be hopeful it's nothing too serious. And a cold evening like this, Leo, if you get an injury, it'll stay with you, but Sean Duff now certainly getting enough attention from the Mungret medical team at the moment. We'd hope it's not anything serious. That's something that can be run off.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a final at stake at the weekend, absolutely. Where it very much looks, Leo, you've seen the two teams that have been involved in the final. We're going to see, obviously, Mungret St. Paul's warming up another man, and Dylan O'Donoghue about to come on. But the Pierchik dispatching of Doon yesterday, Mungret St. Paul's,
Yeah.
You mentioned Monaleen and Astro last week, being very, very impressive against Doon.
Yeah.
We don't know where the final is going to be, but
like, if you just look at it, I'm just looking at this over the last 2-3 years. Like, I saw these two teams, as I said earlier, in a county minor final, and I thought that Mungret stole it on the day, right? And you see how far that Mungret have progressed since then. The introduction, like Rory Gleeson wasn't playing that day, Sean O'Callaghan wasn't playing that day, and you see the benefits of playing into county hurling or Celtic Challenge level with Limerick. You see how they've improved, right? And then you look at Monaleen seem to have regressed since then, and certainly, like, the Piercing last night were impressive, to be quite honest, and in very tough conditions, a lot colder than it is last night. But look, who knows? This time of the year, it'll make a liar of you. But I'd say something to you that it's really going to be an entertaining county under 20 hurling final.
I can be sure here. It looks like Mungret St. Paul's and the Pierchik in that decider here, and this one is coming to a conclusion any second now. Here it's Mungret St. Paul's on the attack. That's a good bit of play there from Rory Gleeson again. Gleeson heading towards the touchline.
Some score.
Taking a shot on. That's an excellent effort from Rory Gleeson. Talented 17-year-old Leo, there's no question of that. That's another excellent score from Rory Gleeson.
Absolutely, and he's really looking fit and rangy, big, strong young fella, and he's showing the benefit. That's his third point. Like, in that one with his right hand, he got one in the first half right down underneath his ear, 70 yards from, it's on the 65-metre line, off his left on the sideline. So you saw the benefits of striking with both sides.
As Monaleen now maybe trying to get a consolation score or two before the full-time whistle is blown by referee Kieran Gannat. Mansfield, the substitute early in the second half. Well, again, Mungret have plenty of players around there. John Wright trying to win it. It's Marcus Southern for Monaleen, and it's Southern delivering inside into the middle. Hand goes up there, but it's broken down for the Mungret full back line. It's Mark O'Brien back there in full back, maybe dropping to centre back after Sean Duff came off there. And it's Dylan O'Donoghue with that one down field. Broken there. Killian Begley has it, didn't get it into the hand at the first attempt, and across comes Marcus Southern for Monaleen. Southern, high delivery inside there, up goes the hand of Brian Hassett, breaks now to Killian Clifford for Monaleen. Clifford with the shot, and it's just over the bar. Wide is the call.
Yeah, it just goes straight across the goals.
As the full-time whistle goes here at the two Gaelic grounds, it's Mungret St. Paul's victorious on a 125 to 15 point scoreline over Monaleen in this Premier Under-20 Hurling Championship. Leo O'Connor, your final thoughts on this victory for Mungret?
I'd be honest, and as I said before the match, I think Monaleen could have got over the line tonight based on what I saw last week against Down. Obviously both teams that I watched last week have been beaten in the county semi-finals, so who am I to know, but certainly a very polished performance from Mungret tonight, right from the off, going into a 7-0 score, 8-1, 9-2 in the first 10 minutes of the game alone. And as I said, I just think the benefits of young fellas that are coming through argues very, very well from a Mungret point of view going into a county final. They'll be going to with confidence, knowing that they'll probably beat one of the favourites for the Under-20 Hurling Championship. The other side of it is Monaleen. Monaleen will be very, very disappointed tonight with their performance tonight. A team that got to a county senior hurling quarter final this year were hotly fancied, and it just seems that they didn't. Look, it happens. You know, time of the year, young fellas are in college doing different things, and who knows? You know, it is what it is. But they'll be very, very a disappointing performance from Monaleen tonight, and the club overall will be disappointed with it, because you know this is one of the championships that was there for the taking. They didn't step up on the night, and hence a very polished performance from Mungret, and they march into a county final, probably making them slight favourites against the Piercing at the moment, but let's see what happens next weekend.
Yeah, we will see what happens this Sunday indeed, where Mungret St. Paul's will play Nip Pierce. Yeah, as I said earlier, no time or venue for that as of yet. Stay tuned to Limerick GA's social media channels during the week to find out exactly when and where, what time that will be played on. Many thanks to Leo O'Connor for his expert analysis this evening. We will be back with live reaction momentarily. We'll also have highlights, so stay tuned with us. For now though, very thanks to all for tuning in, and we'll be back with those live reaction and highlights shortly. As Mark O'Brien lines up this 65 strike, as you'd expect from Mark O'Brien, is very good. Limerick under 20 in 20. Ball delivered into the middle of the park. Now it's Tom Lloyd wearing 17. He goes from midfield as Tom Lloyd strikes it well, has the accuracy to boot as well. Maloney now playing it up the line. It's a good ball again into the centre forward there. That's Rory Gleeson with an absolute gorgeous effort from Rory to come away with it. Initially Monaleen, but it's one back there. And it's Fintan Fitzgerald with the effort, and he's nailed that one as well as Fintan Fitzgerald. Straight to Mark O'Brien, and one player you do not want to be hitting mistaken puck outs to, and that's straight over the black spot from O'Brien. Third point is inside now on the run from Dara Furlan. Furlan gets the shot away, and that's a good response from Monaleen. He had the advantage coming to him, but Fintan Fitzgerald eventually taking that pass from Tom Lloyd in. This is an excellent effort from Fintan Fitzgerald to Tom Lloyd, who Monaleen just have not picked up in this game thus far. Lloyd again, he's already got one from distance. This one is just as good again. Scully gets the pass back now, and it all comes back to Conal Purcell, and Purcell, no mistake with this one, Leo. We've the perfect view again.
65 metre line, and it landed in on the edge of the square. And then
lovely
straight over the bar.
From Mark O'Brien. Maher hand pass away now, and a chance maybe developing here for their cornerback. Goes back to Owen Maher. Maher won't miss from there. Third point of the game for Monaleen. They're initially doing very, very well, and they're away in on goals here. Goal chance for Begley. Shoots, saved on the line, and it's flicked away by Muras O'Dollig. O'Brien hits this one very well does Mark O'Brien, and gets the nod from the opening quarter of this game, leading Monaleen by 10 points to 3. Matthew Fitzgerald, that one's over the bar for sure, Leo.
The way back into it, I think they know what's on the line here.
Killian Begley with a glorious catch. He's been fouled as well. Gets the shot away. He doesn't need the advantage, does Begley. 2.5 forward Conal Purcell. He's got one lovely score in this game so far. Off his left this time, Conal Purcell. That's lovely stuff from the Monaleen half forward.
Looking at replays like that
makes her life very easy indeed, as Fitzgerald nails this one over the bar as well. Does the field. Not a great strike. It's blocked. And it comes now to Owen Maher, and Maher turns well, Leo. He's big and strong. He's quick. Luke Ryan doesn't get a hit on that at all. Mungret St. Paul's manager Cian O'Brien. Cian, just talking off mic, huge performance for the lads that have booked their place in the county final on Sunday.
Absolutely delighted, yeah. I wouldn't say we're surprised by it, because it's been coming, and we've been playing in fits and starts all year. We've started a few of the games really well, and then we've gotten really sloppy. But we were in a good position at half time. I think we were up by 4 or 5 points. But in saying that, we were kind of half fragile as well. The first 10 minutes was awesome altogether. we sat back then and left them do a bit of hurling, but I'm just delighted how we killed the game. And like, our aim was to get to 30 points. We were one short of it, but we've another game now the weekend to reach that target.
On that start, you race into a 7 points to no score lead. Every manager, management team and players dreams of that kind of start. When you can see that come onto the field in the first 8 or 9 minutes, it's massive from your point of view.
It's huge, but the only thing with hurling is, obviously we were so delighted with the start, but you're always worried that the tide is going to turn, and thank God today it didn't.
We're going to have to continue this in the dark, I think, here. Keane, it's the Pearshig in the final on Sunday, we think, at the moment. It's fixed for Sunday. You obviously saw their game against Doon yesterday as well. They're a fine team as well.
They are, and what I would say about them is we played them in the very first game, and I would say they've improved an awful lot. Like, I thought they were very impressive yesterday. They played Doon off the park, and in fairness, Doon tried hard, but I think the one thing that stuck out to me was the Pearshig's work rate was off the charts. So yes, we'll be happy with tonight, but it doesn't mean a whole lot unless we follow through and do the same thing on Sunday.
Very best of luck on Sunday. We'll leave Cian O'Brien go. That's all from us here at the Two Gaelic Grounds on this Tuesday evening. We'll be back with the final on Sunday. We'll also have the 21A final as well. Stay with us for more live action. Keep an eye on the Limerick GA socials for the times and venues for the games over the weekend. But from all of us here at the Two Gaelic Grounds, thanks for tuning in. Cian Maloney picks up the loose ball, and Cian Maloney isn't going to miss chances like that too often. He tried the little pop pass, but Dara Furland has picked it up, and Furland is lightning quick. Furland still going, shot is there, it's just over the bar.
He knew the goal opportunity was there. Short puck out bad, the first Mungret puck out gone bad, and that's gone straight over the bar.
Owen Maher again. And it's going to be a free in to Mungret St. Paul's. You see it here on the replay again. One mark 9 times out of 10 would expect to score. Connects very well with it, and it goes to take Dara Langan out, but Killian Begley has it now. He's going to have the chance to shoot. Killian Begley, the accuracy is there, looks good from our angle here. Going with it, gets it off to Begley. Begley under pressure, lovely step from Killian Begley, comes back onto his right hand side, looking to get the first score of the half, and that's exactly half, wearing number 10 but in the full forward line. Gets that pass away now, challenge on Matthew Fitzgerald. It's going to be a free, pops it over the bar all the same. Conal Purcell has been fouled, and he's going to have a free. Still going with it, Conal Purcell throws it up over the shoulder and throws it up over the connections, but a bit of diligent forward play there. It's kept it for Conal Purcell. It's flicked towards goal from Purcell. That's an excellent effort. Colin still going forward, has the hand pass inside to Luke Walsh. Walsh now with the chance. He's been threatening a score all game as Luke Walsh. He's finally got, and it's Dara Furland who will take his chance from here. Dara Furland, or should say it is Dara Langan, and Langan has sent as O'Brien strikes it from his own 65.
And that's what he does.
Exactly what Mark O'Brien does, from a mile out, straight over the bar. And looking at his options here, Furland, he's going to get a chance to shoot. This will be some score from Dara Furland. That's an excellent effort from Furland. Just evading the over, carrying a lovely ball off to Killian Begley. Begley takes the shot on, and he takes it over the bar too. Balls.
Yeah.
Oh, it is now a free from Mark O'Brien, and Mark isn't going to miss too many of those. He hasn't missed that one. Investigation into that one. We leave it at one of those life's mysteries at the moment, as Mark O'Brien sends that one over the bar as well.
Another point to do. That's Mark O'Brien's 5th point from frees. So the free count are beginning to mount up.
And launches it in towards the 13-metre line. Fintan Fitzgerald is up. It breaks. Begley's there. Goal for Mungret St. Paul's. And that's
right, went straight over the bar. So that is what you call clinical hurling.
And that's another one from Mark O'Brien that's gone over the bar into the middle. This one comes to Dara Furland, showing his pace. There's a run there from the back. He goes for it, does Furland.
That has come out of Mungret. That Mungret defence. Sean Duff is the one who's carried the ball out of it. Rory Gleeson banging that one straight over the bar.
Again, it's too
deep, in terms of where their marquee players were. And there's another score going over the bar from Mark O'Brien.
Yeah, lovely delivery from the play there from Rory Gleeson again. Gleeson heading towards the touchline.
Some score.
A shot on. That's an excellent effort from Rory. Brian Hassett breaks now to Killian Clifford from Monaleen. Clifford with the shot, and it's just over the bar. Wide is the call.
Yeah,
over the bar. Wide is the call.
Yeah, it just goes straight across the goals.
As the full-time whistle goes here at the Two Gaelic Grounds, it's Mungret St. Paul's victorious on a 125-15 point scoreline over Monaleen in this Premier Under 20 Hurling Championship. Leo O'Connor, your final thoughts on this victory?